Hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to see what you need to know right now, what's coming towards you for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. If you are interested in booking a private reading with me, the info is in the description box down below. And let's get into your messages, Leo. Let's see what you need to know right now for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. We have the tarantula and the earthworm coming out. We have the cheetah, the starfish, and the shark as well coming through. Okay, so Leo, this time of your life, you have something new beginning. You're at a crossroad, either recently or in the near future. You're gonna have to make up your mind. You're gonna have to make a decision. And this is about starting something new. Earthworm represents potential, it represents the unknown, and it's something you may not have much experience in, but that doesn't matter. There's something about you having luck, or just like your approach seems to come out successful. So don't doubt yourself. But there's something new you're beginning. There's something new that's getting off the ground. It's also connected to your life purpose, your destiny. Like there's like a greater mission that you're unlocking. And I think we talked about that in your last reading. That might have been something that came through. I think that was something in the title. Okay, I could be remembering it wrong, but there's this activation that's taking place, and it looks like you're just charging forwards with the cheetah, like towards whatever this is that's beginning. And I can't wait to dive deeper into the tarot and see what exactly this is. But it's like something about this, just it's igniting this fire, it's igniting this passion, this drive, this motivation. You're feeling just like, yeah, like let's do this. You're confident. I see in like the recent past, or there's some energies surrounding insecurity or doubt, or there's been like some kind of darkness that's been lingering. But the way that cheetah is moving away from those cards tells me that you're overcoming whatever doubts or whatever hurdles or mistakes or errors that you may have made in the past. Like you're really just not letting that get in the way of you any longer. You're done making excuses. You're done playing it safe or playing it small or shrinking yourself. You've had to take a good look at yourself. You had to really take accountability or acknowledge your fault or your part to play in your life in a situation that maybe wasn't ideal. But now it's like there's this clarity, and you're just ready for the next step. You're ready for this new beginning. You're ready to take this next jump, this leap of faith. So I'm very curious what this is all about, but it just feels like you're not letting these insecurities stop you or get in the way. I mean, that's like the same thing, but you know what I mean? Interesting. We have the tower at the bottom of this deck before I start pulling some tarot. But that brings shakeups and surprises. Sudden turn of events. You definitely seem to be initiating this change. Okay, let's see. Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus placements. What's going on with Leo? King of Pentacles is your first card out. I like it. We have Strength, and did we have a card fly out? No. Strength, which is your energy. We got the Nine of Pentacles reverse coming out with the Devil. Okay, interesting. Interesting dynamic here. We have the Justice that fell out on the Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. Let's get one more. The Lovers. Oh, yeah. And what's this card sticking out? Knight of Pentacles. And also we have the Knight of Cups, the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. All right. We have a lot of Taurus energy. We have Gemini, Capricorn, and Leo. Those are the main signs that we have out here. You don't have to resonate with any of that, but let's see here. Someone's looking for stability. Someone's looking for a deeper commitment, more structure, more routine. The one red flag that I'm seeing here is this Nine of Pentacles reversed. Now, this red flag seems to be resolved, or it's at least turning to a yellow flag with justice falling on top of these two. But the way that I'm seeing this would probably be regarding either codependencies, control, someone being very possessive, someone being very insecure within themselves. Maybe this can talk about someone who is reliant on another for financial stability or some source of like validation or approval. There's something, there's this, it's most likely a relationship here with the lovers. Others of you, this could just be representing like two aspects of self, but there seems to be something a little unhealthy. We'll have to dive deeper and get a bit more insight into what this is. And maybe that's what the shark and the starfish is about. It's like this needs to be addressed, whatever this insecurity is, or whatever this wound or anxiety or some fear, because shark represents our fears. There's this need to acknowledge it, confront it, speak about it, so that we can have a new beginning and leave that in the past or leave that behind. So that's not just continuing replaying in different situations, different scenarios. It continues to loop like this endless cycle. Like, no. So that's where I'm seeing you're wanting to experience and expand from that. And from what it looks like with the King of Pentacles, you're in this very secure, grounded, stable energy. So I'm like, what's this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse? Because the next card after King of Pentacles is Strength. So it tells me that there could be others that are heavily reliant on you, or they come to you for some sort of support or guidance or reassurance, or even if it's like financial, right? Maybe you are the breadwinner, or you make the most money if this is in a relationship. It's like, it seems here like you're really carrying a lot of pressure, you're carrying a lot of weight, and you're having to really be there for others as well as be there for yourself. And it's just important you don't lose yourself. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. It's so important that you don't lose yourself in other situations, other people. Like this Nine of Pentacles reverse could just be saying that you're neglecting self-care, you're needing to invest more in your well-being. Maybe this is representing a time in your life where you're feeling unsupported, or you're feeling stagnant or stuck. You might be questioning this path you're on and wondering if this is really like, if this is it, if there's something more. But yeah, Nine of Pentacles and the Devil. This is like your own personal wounds, insecurities, struggles, addictive pattern behaviors, unhealthy coping mechanisms, distractions that are pulling you away from you, your true essence. So luckily with justice out here, it's like we're gonna clean things up, we're gonna get things in order, we're gonna straighten things out, we're gonna set boundaries, we're gonna tighten up a few of these loose bolts, right? A little loose screws, we need to tighten them up just a bit or a lot. Depends on how extreme your situation is. But the Lovers, right, ends with this choice, and it goes back to these first cards we pulled with the Tarantula and the Earthworm. You do have a big old decision here, and it most likely has to do with you and another, or some sort of commitment. But I feel intuitively this could be about how you're showing up in a relationship, and if it's not romantic, it could just be like business or platonic. But it feels like there's a lot that comes with it, or that's just what I'm getting, but we'll see what the tarot says when we clarify. But just taking a look, the Knight of Pentacles was sticking out of the deck, so I did take it. There seems to be this awareness, there seems to be like searching for something, but it's taking a while to get off the ground. But there's movement, it's consistent, it's steady, it's reliable. Something here is, it's like long term, or I'm seeing longevity in this path or within this relationship. I am seeing, because we have the Knight of Pentacles to the Knight of Cups, there is somebody here who may view you as like the one that they've, like the partner of their dreams, the person of their dreams. Or if this isn't about a person, this is like blank of my dreams, dream job, dream home, dream life. Like this is what I've been looking for, this is what I've been searching for, this is what I've been, this is it, this is the one, this is exactly it. It speaks to me, and I feel very connected and inspired, and yeah, it just feels really good. Feels really like dreamy too. It's like, again, the Knight of Cups. This is very much dreamer, imaginative, creative, expressive. It's very easily flowing, and it just brings up a lot of emotions, but it looks like the emotions in regards to like love and devotion and consistency, and just like the Hierophant can talk about marriage for some of you. The Knight of Cups and the Hierophant, like you might be finding that you really enjoy someone's company and you really want to commit, or they're your end all be all, like you want to get married or you want to live your life together. There's something about this, whatever it is that you are looking for, whatever you've recently discovered, or you know, you want it for the rest of your life, or like you want it, like you literally, even the Four of Pentacles and the Hierophant, they're like, this is mine. This is mine, this is it, this is the one, and I'm gonna like lock it down. Four of Pentacles to a Ten of Pentacles, this is mine. I get a territorial energy from this, to be honest. I do. I get a little bit of, and like I'm looking at these animal cards, I'm like, are tarantulas territorial? I don't know. Earthworms? Probably not. Cheetah? No fucking clue. Starfish? Probably not. Shark? Possibly. I'm like, I don't know. I don't study the animal kingdoms. I'm like, territorial? That's the vibe I get from this. We'll see when we clarify, but it just feels like this is mine. I claimed it. This makes me think of even like house hunting. Like if you've ever but if you've ever gone to a house showing, but there's multiple people viewing the house at the same time, and it's almost kind of like there's more pressure versus if it's just you viewing the house, versus if it's you and another potential buyer. It's like, no, this is my house. So who's gonna have the higher bid? It's almost like that even as well. It's like, okay, I don't know, I'm getting that. Some of you buying a house, that's cool. Maybe that Nine of Pentacles represents somewhat. Nine of Pentacles in reverse could represent having or needing a second name on a lease. I am seeing things coming up about contracts, the justice. Okay. We're gonna clarify. Sorry, I'm a little congested, so don't mind me. King of Pentacles, taking a look. I split the deck and I don't know if my finger's still there, but we can see the Hierophant. Temperance. King of Pentacles. We're blurry. I don't know what's going on. This has been going on for like a week. My camera's just like not focusing, and I literally haven't done or changed anything, but something's going on. Anyways, King of Pentacles. Do we have a card flipping out? Yes, we do. We have the Lovers. Double confirmation. King of Pentacles for Leo. King of Cups. It did try and flip out in the reverse. Not completely, but it tried to. Okay, that's all that wants to come through for that. So, and these are shiny cards, so I'll try to hold them best so you can see them. Gemini energy as well. Here we have this commitment. We have heavy masculine energy with the King of Water, King of Cups. It is somebody who is emotionally invested, someone who is showing up consistently. They're very open, they're very honest, they're very romantic, sentimental, patient, healing energy, right? And it's like, this is coming from a masculine. This is coming from, and you don't have to resonate with, the masculine energy, but I'm just seeing that this is somebody who is actively showing up, putting in the effort, walking their talk. They're stable financially, and they're also stable emotionally. Like they're very mature, very well put together. This is somebody who's very secure in themselves and secure within a relationship. They don't ever doubt or waver or wonder, like, do they want me? Do they choose me? Are they committed to me? Like, this is someone who has such a high self-image and just self-worth, and they just know like, no, like I don't need a trip, I don't need to worry, I don't need to question, I don't need to doubt, like I know who the fuck I am and I'm the prize or sort of thing. So that's cool. Right, King of Pentacles, he knows he's the shit. He knows he's like really, he's got a lot to offer. He may have options too. Sometimes lovers can talk about options or choices. Taking a look into strength. But yeah, it's like you're very much like an emotional anchor. People come to you because you make them feel safe, seen, secure, and you just overall make them feel supported. Strength. Tell me about strength for Leo. Three of Swords. What about strength? Justice. Empress. And the Six of Cups. So, strength with the Three of Swords. Heaviness, right? Heartbreak, loss, disappointment, some really tragic event or experience that still shakes you to your core. Sometimes it triggers you. Sometimes you get a flashback. I'm seeing that with Six of Cups. You may get reminded of a past time where you really went through one of the most loneliest times, and maybe you didn't have anybody to lean on or to open up or to share this pain and like building that bond. And I'm seeing here with strength of the Three of Swords, like if you're in this right now, this is going to get better, right? Justice, your situation is going to improve for the better. There will be justice. Justice will be served. Someone could be coming towards you to help, or they're asking for help, or they just, your presence, your energy is very healing, and it kind of like neutralizes or kind of soothes them in a way, or you just make everything feel okay. You make someone feel like it's okay even when their whole world is like crashing down. But yeah, it's if you're going through a situation where there was some sort of betrayal or deception, or even if there's like stolen money or something like that, I see that this is gonna drastically improve over this next month or so. As we're in Taurus season, we have Taurus and Libra, Venus energy. I am seeing here reaping some sort of reward after the struggle, after the pain, after some sort of loss or setback. I am seeing here that there's also like this awareness that you've unlocked, this wisdom that that you gained through this experience, although challenging. It really brought you up to a higher level so that you can like break the cycle. We were seeing this earlier. Empress to the Six of Cups, from these past experiences and how much you have grown since, how much you've changed. And there is like a reflective period that you may be in, or this is where your past is literally coming back up because there's some loose ends you may need to confront or unfinished business. So let's take a look into this Nine of Pentacles reverse, because I feel like this is where some sort of insecurity or some sort of wound kind of is like revived. And it's interesting because we start off with the King of Pentacles and how secure he is and how grounded he is and how like healed and evolved he is. So then there's this past energy or this pain or there's this experience or this event that takes place, and it just kind of almost like pulls you back into this old way. But possibly not, right? Because the next card was after the Devil was Justice. So it's like, it actually feels like you could be in a similar situation. It's like bringing up old emotions or old triggers, traumas, but the way that you're maneuvering through is showing you're like mastering whatever this is. Let me just take a look into this Nine of Pentacles reverse for Leo. Ten of Cups. You could be like you're like lacking independence or lacking space or privacy for some reason. Getting that. We have Six of Pentacles, hold on, and Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Swords, Nine of Wands. So yeah. Ten of Cups, Six of Pentacles, definitely needing a mutual supportive group, like putting in the same amount of effort, feeling safe, feeling heard, feeling secure, feeling understood. And the Nine of Pentacles reverse, like there's something you're not trusting here. And I'm seeing that with the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. You could have a hard time trusting other people, or you're like a little suspicious. There seems to be a guard that you wear. You're like, what do they want from me? Six of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. You may feel like eventually, somewhere down the line, your kindness will be taken for granted, or something here that could be used against you. I'm seeing again Nine of Wands at the bottom. This is like a suspicion or a doubt or a worry that you have. But then we have the Ten of Wands reverse. Three of Wands tells me that you're wanting to work through this blockage or work through this baggage that you've been clinging on to, or this old outdated way. So you're recognizing like, okay, this is just a wound. Nine of Pentacles reverse and the Five of Swords. This is where you could be giving your power away to other people or people from your past, things that you hadn't fully recovered from or healed from. And so it's showing here, like it's the Ten of Cups and Six of Pentacles. Like this is safe. Like this feels safe. This feels secure. This feels harmonious and balanced. As long as you continue to keep that and maintain it, and as long as it's mutual on both sides, right? If you gotta take a few steps back to make it more balanced or whatever, like just maintaining this give and receive without without acting toxic or behaving in ways that are toxic, working on your toxic behaviors, your shadow side. Let's see why the Devil is here. I'm free from whatever's holding me back. So whatever that you've been kind of stuck to, you want to be free from it. So what we saw with the animal cards earlier, you don't want to continue living that way. Tell me about the Devil for Leo. King of Wands. The Emperor. Heavy masculine energy in this reading. And the Two of Wands. A lot of fire too. Like you're in your element clearly. And maybe you have some fire placements, Aries or Sagittarius or other Leo placements. But so King of Wands, the Emperor, and the Two of Wands. This is where Three of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so this is where you are having to be extremely intentional with how you move, with the actions you take, with the decisions that you make, your commitments. You're having to really be intentional of how you're showing up, responding intentionally rather than just impulsively reacting all willy-nilly or based off just instinct. Like you're having to really show up here secure, empowered, grounded, because there will be little tests or there will be little situations that might trigger the demon out of you. Like whatever the shadow side, your inner struggles, your traumas, like that might try to pull you back in. So this is where you really have to really maintain your composure and stay like, remember who the fuck you are. Remember who the fuck you are. Because I see like with this Two of Wands, it could go two different ways. It could go, all right, you evolve and you grow and you choose the new response, the new actions, the new approach, or you go back to what's familiar, you resort back to the old ways, you fall back into that habit, and the situation occurs again and again and again and again until however long you need, or forever until you choose differently. So that's what I'm seeing here is like you either respond in a way that's toxic or in a way that's evolved. I think I think it looks like you're going to be choosing the evolved path. But don't say I didn't warn you. That's all I will tell you. Justice, let's see. I speak my truth and fairness to myself. So you may need to be honest. We have the Page of Pentacles. How about Justice? Okay, there we go. Six of Wands. We have these other ones. Four of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Well, isn't that interesting? Hangman. Page of Pentacles, Six of Wands feels like attention. I'm even getting like gratification, approval, acceptance, or just I'm getting an energy of like kind of showing off. I don't know how this is going to tie in with whatever we were just talking about, but we're just going to go with however this is coming through. This feels like coming into a lot of success and recognition. And also just knowing like what I want, what I dedicate myself to, what I focus my energy on, I will flourish, I will succeed, I will go above and beyond, and I will come out on top and a winner, and people are going to see how far I've come. And yeah, I don't know, it feels here with justice, it's like you deserve this, you're showing up, you're putting in the effort, you're making choices that reflect who you are, who you've become, the evolved version of you. And I think that you may also be kind of leading others to do the same. Now, what's interesting, we do have the Four of Pentacles and then the Seven of Swords. So, this could just be where you're holding on to grudges. This could be where you may have a lot of anger that's trapped, and you kind of want some sort of revenge, or you want to prove people wrong, especially the Six of Wands. You want to prove those who have wronged you or stolen from you or, did you dirty. Like you're wanting to kind of rub it in their face. So apparently, what else am I getting from this? Because Seven of Swords can also represent like deception and trickery. And if you could be withholding certain information to sort of like manipulate how others are perceiving you at this time, or how someone may be looking at you or your connection, you may be purposely acting in ways or behaving in ways to come across in a certain light. So I mean, a little manipulative. What else could I be saying from this? This is an energy of withholding and keeping things hidden or under wraps. And with justice, it might be for good reason. It might be justified here. Right? Maybe this is holding back from sharing plans with others so that they can't like sabotage you or distract you. Oh, it's right here. Okay, Lovers. Why is the Lovers here? Five of Wands. Okay. The Star. And the Six of Swords. I get an energy of like competitiveness. So I don't know if people are competing for you, competing for your attention, or if this is just talking about some sort of conflict between you and another. Okay, maybe you could be dealing with an Aquarius, with Aquarius energy over here. So the Lovers and the Five of Wands, there's some sort of conflict. There's some sort of challenge. You and another are bashing heads, or just like seeing things from two different perspectives. You're two different people, and you're not really seeing eye to eye right now. If this is about a choice, you're conflicted. You're pulled in two different directions, or maybe multiple directions, maybe more than two. But there's a restlessness here. Something feels unsettled. The Lovers with the Star is like, okay, something connected to your desires, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes for the future, your wishes to what you want to experience and have more of. So with the Five of Wands and the Star, it seems like there's a bit of this struggle, even struggle when it comes to your authenticity or someone's authenticity. Someone's not being 100% themselves here. Someone could be wearing a mask. Struggling to heal, struggling to commit, struggling to open up in a relationship, especially if this is like romantic. It could be about vulnerabilities and feeling like vulnerable, exposed, uncomfortable, feeling like, oh, I said too much or I shared too much. They're going to look at me in a way that they might not like me anymore. They may, whatever, use this against me or something. I'm seeing that there's a struggle when it comes to opening up or being vulnerable or showing a side of you that might challenge the way you're being perceived, or it's like showing a different angle than what you're normally used to presenting. And again, maybe this is something that you hide behind, or you try to come across a certain way. Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles, you try to be perfect as can be. And and we're blurry here, but we all human. Everybody makes mistakes. No need to hide behind that. Take up space to let yourself shine. But so then we have the Six of Swords, Five of Wands, the Star, and the Six of Swords. This would be saying like, hey, we go from having some sort of problem, but we're optimistic that we can work it out. And Six of Swords, we move through it. It gets easier. Calmer waters ahead. Clarity ahead. From confusion and chaos and destruction and drama to, all right, we have a solution. Everything's smoothing out. Everything seems to be working a lot better than before. So again, if you're going through this with another, or if you're just going through this with yourself, you will work yourself through this. It's gonna be okay. Judgment, Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. You got to just focus on you, focus on your foundation, focus on yourself, and the rest is gonna ripple out. And double confirmation with the Ten of Pentacles. It's showing that, like, again, you're making choices from more of an aware, evolved state of being. Therefore, your entire reaction, or like your reality, is reacting to you. How you show up differently, your reality is going to show itself in a different form. And I just feel like with Judgment over here, it's like, use your discernment, observe yourself, observe your past self. Who were you then? Who are you now? Who are you being in this now moment? And choose wisely and be discerning. Becoming the ideal version of yourself, or whatever your dream life, future dreams, whatever goals, what that version of yourself looks like. How do they handle conflict? How do they handle when a situation doesn't go according to plan? Do they freak out? Do they panic? Do they start calling up a friend and complaining? Or do they remain calm and like, all right, let me think about this. Let me be like, whatever, like, you gotta, I see like you're evolving a lot. You're growing a lot. Very interesting. We're at like 30 some minutes, so I don't think we should really go on much longer. Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. Let's just get like one kind of clarification for this. Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and then I'll go. Hierophant, Four of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, because it feels like you're really just like locked in on something. You're fully invested or fully committed. You ain't budging. Three of Wands. Eight of Swords. And the Hierophant. The Sun at the bottom. Okay, cool. So, I mean, this is talking, so whatever this is that you're committing yourself to, I guess is different for everybody. It's not telling me the specifics. It literally, I clarify this and we get the same fucking card, Hierophant. So this could talk about a commitment. This can talk about marriage. This can talk about your studies. This can talk about your own spiritual growth and development, your commitment to self. But you're like fully fucking committed. There's moments, or when it comes to you planning for the future, there's a little bit of fear, there's a little bit of doubt, anxiety, what ifs, but like you're kind of expecting that. You kind of know that it's probably not going to just vanish overnight, especially if this is something that's been ingrained in part of you for a very long time, or since you were a kid or young adult or whatever. So, but you're aware, or you're becoming like mindful to be more present. And that moments of discomfort don't mean to just like quit or give up. It's like your brain just trying to protect you, your brain just trying to stop you because it's uncomfortable. But just because it's uncomfortable doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. It's just different. It's just new. So you gotta like lock the fuck in with the Hierophant, because, well, the Sun, this is something that's ultimately gonna bring you a lot of fulfillment, a lot of happiness, and you won't regret it, is what I'm getting from this. By locking in, by focusing on the best, trying to get out of your head. And even if you do have doubts, worries, etc., to push through it and just commit yourself to this. You won't regret it. We have death and then the world reverse. I'm seeing by full moon in Scorpio, which is on May 1st, if you're listening to this reading around then. By full moon in Scorpio, there is a cycle here that you are finally wrapping out some sort of loose end with the world in the reverse. It's been ongoing. This has been like a reoccurring situation, but finally with death and the sun, it feels like it's concluding in a way that brings in a lot of reward, a lot of happiness, and bringing in peace. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. So that's what I got for you, Leo. Let me know how it resonates. Private readings are available down below, and I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you later.